AMRF has sites that stretch from the ACT through New South Wales, Victoria and down into Tasmania. They are all in subalpine or alpine vegetation. So the AMRF sites have all been set up really in close consultation with our colleagues at TERN. Each plot was mapped using the AusPlots protocol to map out the vegetation, get the soils measurements, and then we also have 2 flux towers, and those flux towers have been set up in consultation with the AusFlux team at TERN. Much of the reason that we wanted to do that was so that these data could feed into TERN data streams really easily, because these sites are completely complementary to the sites that TERN already has.
It's an extremely challenging environment to work in. But on top of that, the landscape itself, it gets a huge amount of snow in winter. This site is about 12 kilometers away from the nearest sealed road. So accessing this location in winter requires skis, which we do very infrequently, but it's obviously very difficult to come out here and collect samples purely due to its distance away from any sort of sealed road. In both winter and then even in the summer, it's just a long drive, basically over a rugged environment.
At each site we have what we call an AMON station, the Australian Mountain Observation Network, and those are collecting lots of standard micrometeorological variables: light, temperature, wind speed, precipitation, humidity, all those sorts of things. In addition, they're measuring snow depth, and then we also have a series of hydrological sensors that are looking at soil moisture and groundwater characteristics.
So having a unified structure with the Australian Mountain Research Facility will help us tackle some of the actual climate parameters that are changing with climate change. So we can look at the effects of drought and reduce precipitation, and we can look at the interactions with fire, we can look at the interactions with warming, and not just in the air, we can look at those kinds of things that are changing in the soil and how plants and insects and the soils are all responding to those different changes.
I think the unified infrastructure through the AMRF project's really important. It plays an important role in terms of bringing researchers and land managers together, whether they be universities or other non-government organisations, but then the park management, land management agencies in terms of bringing them together to deliver the mountain research that needs being done.
The idea is to establish a set of open access data streams that anyone who's working in the mountains can make use of if they need climatic data to support their own research, but also so that we establish a long-term monitoring data set that we can observe over time and use to detect change in the mountains. And by spanning from the ACT down to Tasmania, we create a really useful resource for a wide range of ecology, climate science. The aim is a data set that's got something for everyone, so that we encourage multidisciplinary research to take place in this area.